Welcome to Nebraska Preps Postgame with your hosts, Mike Sautter and Jacob Padilla.
Hey everyone, welcome into Nebraska Preps Postgame. Mike Sautter, Jacob Padilla here. We are recording this after the holiday break, which there's a lot to get to. Basically, everyone played multiple games, like in tournaments and holiday tournament, all that. So we will do our best to break down as much as we can. But we're going to start with the Metro tournament because it's the biggest and best thing. So boys champion was Omaha Westside. Girls champion was Omaha North. And, yeah.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's go with girls because I was there for the semifinal, girls semifinal against Millard West, as were you. And Omaha North in that game, their defense was fantastic.
Yeah, let's first start with the championship.
Yeah.
North 56-43 over Westview. And that's the 3 and the 4 seed. So, are they really the 4 seed at this point?
No. It just when the seeds came out, their records. I think it's probably people not.
Well, no, it was right. It's just not. They're not the 4th most talented team. So that's where we're at.
No.
But yeah, I mean, credit to Westview. They handled the pressure early on. They didn't turn it over a ton. They were able to get into some of their stuff and make some shots. And it was a 1-point game at halftime. And then North opened the third quarter with a 12-1 run, and to build out a lead there and a double-digit lead. And Westview cut it to 6 in the fourth quarter. Like, they didn't go away. Again, credit to them, but North was able to close it out. And just they've got their depth is crazy. They've got physicality, athleticism, the way they fly around in that press defensively. They've got multiple posts that can really do damage. So it's just a tough team. And we saw Justine Chichua play really well in the championship. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. Tanai Wilson-Smith had 12 points, 7 rebounds. She had, I think, double-doubles in the previous game. She had a really good tournament. And they had Maya Jo Matoyer, who had 20 in the semifinal to lead them. She was in foul trouble. She made maybe 1 or 2 shots the whole game.
Yeah.
And so they had Sinai Cotton-Welch instead step up and score 10 points for them in the backcourt to give them some production there. So this is a team that start the year they went 0-2. They lost to Westview and Millard North, who they faced in or Millard West, who they faced in the semifinal, and knocked out both those teams to avenge those losses and win the tournament. And, it's a very different team now. They went out to Arizona, the Tournament of Champions, and I think finished third place in their division. And they got the transfers eligible for that tournament the last few games and kind of working them in. And you could see, they're starting to – they're getting better. The pieces are starting to figure out how to play together. They're kind of figuring out rotation. They're changing starters. They're keeping everybody involved. So I think Michaela Daly's doing a good job with that team, and it's first Metro championship for Omaha North.
That team has a lot of depth too. They can come at you kind of in waves, and that's why they can play just as fast as they want.
I mean, they returned their top 3 scorers from last year,
right.
And added the transfers that we talked about. Basically, everybody I just mentioned transfer from somebody else, joining Ayanna Hill and Sierra Thomas, they had. So they had a good core coming back. They added the transfers, had to kind of work their way through it, but now they're going to be tough out the rest of the way.
And they're motivated too. When you could tell that this was something that they really, really wanted to get to, and when they play motivated and confident, it's like a whole different type of team that's all together.
And it was a pretty cool atmosphere there. The final seconds winding down, just the noise in that gym. It was for the girls. It was standing room only. The applause that everybody joining in, you could see how many people there were so excited for them and what they're able to accomplish, and so it was kind of a cool moment for them, throwing up the V's to the to the fans as kind of the buzzer sounded. So
they might have thrown down a couple of W's too.
Yeah, that too.
But to each their own.
So they definitely earned it. I mean, you mentioned the semifinal. North took down Millard West, beat them by 20, ended their 33-game winning streak, forced, I think, 19 turnovers, and like 16 in the first half.
Yeah.
So in the second half,
16 in the first half.
Millard West ended up settling in a little bit, but then they couldn't get stops. North did a great job of just continuing to score to maintain that lead after the turnover stopped. I mentioned Montoya had 20. Wilson Smith had 11 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. So, North is kind of rounding into the team that we thought they were going to be preseason. It's going to be tough out for them.
I do think that game will help Millard West.
Oh, yeah, seeing it at this
seeing
point.
it, feeling it.
They've played them twice now.
Yeah.
Obviously,
it's
the
different.
second time
Way
they
different.
had everybody available. Right. We'll see.
The North Star North matchup strikes me as very interesting because you have that length in the zone stuff with North Star versus just the speed, quickness, all that of the guards at Omaha North. So that one is just very intriguing if they play.
But credit to Westview. Like I said, they stayed in it that whole game. Stella Williams had a great tournament for them, senior. She led them with 11 points in the championship. In the final, they beat Millard North 50-37, and they outscored Millard North 34-12 in the 34-12 in the second half. Held them to 2 of 17 from the field. Defensively, they just completely stymied Millard North, and they had no answer. And in the fourth quarter, Williams and Macy Kellner went 5 and 9 from 3 combined to just slam the door shut and to send them to the final. So Westview, tough team. They had a tough go down at Lincoln North Star.
Yeah.
And I think they've rebounded nicely from that, made a really strong run in this tournament, and they're a top 5 team, going to be the rest of the way they should.
Yeah. Okay, move on to the boys, which that final seemed like it was fantastic.
Good news is we get to see that again.
I know,
Friday already. But so Omaha Westside, the 2 seed, 63-61 over Creighton Prep, the 5 seed, obviously the host for the boys side of the tournament in the semis and the finals.
It was a home game for Westside too, in case you're curious.
So it was. I talked to Josh Lukey.
Because they're higher seed.
Yeah, I talked to Josh.
That's happened before there, and he's complained about how he has to walk across
it is a little awkward.
Another 20 feet.
The funny thing is, I asked him, the sight is, are you gonna just the muscle memory? Is it gonna be weird sitting over on this thing? It's like, heck, we haven't been very good at home this year anyway, so maybe this will actually help us. And so they made it to the final as a 5 seed, so they had to pull off a couple upsets to get there. And man, they gave Westside everything they could handle, and it was back and forth the whole way. Close game. Every time one team made a run, the other team answered. I mean, it was 10-3 to start the game. Preps they got the crowd rolling off to a great start, and then Westside immediately answered with a 10-3 or 10-2 run, including London Dada scored 9 of them by himself. And London had struggled shooting the ball in the earlier rounds of the tournament. He had a great championship, but the important stretches, the end of the third quarter. Westside closed it on a 9-1 run with Emery Geddick with a steal and breakaway slam to put them up 2 at the end of the quarter because Prep had started to kind of pull away and then bam, right back in it. Now they've got the lead going in the fourth quarter. And then they went on an 11-0 run in the fourth quarter after Prep had pulled ahead by 4. And Emery Geddick scored 6 of those and London Dada scored the other 5. So kind of your 2 stars, your 2 leaders took over and put them in control of that game. And then Torrin Carter happened. Torrin Carter Brown. And
I was going to bring him up, and the difference because he missed the first handful of games, the difference he makes for Prep is tremendous.
Made his debut in the first game of the tournament and played throughout. Scored 14 of his 20 in the fourth quarter as they rallied to within 1 point with 2.2 left. And then played the foul game and then tried to throw it deep and get a shot off. But
7 or whatever.
Yeah. They just didn't have enough time to actually get a shot off at the end there. But, so that's kind of Westside left the door open with some missed free throws. Prep took advantage, but we got a thrilling finish down to the wire. And, Dada finished with 23 points and 16 rebounds. Shot 4-6 from 3 again after he was 2 for 12 in the tournament going into the championship from 3. And went 4 for 6 in the biggest game. Also got to the line, went 9 of 11 there. Geddick had 19 points, 5 boards, 3 steals. And I mentioned Carter Brown had 20 for Prep, including 14 in the fourth quarter. And Max Jungers, who had a really good tournament, a big part of why they made it as far as they did, 17 points, 9 boards, 4 assists. And Cooper Knight added 12 points. So with Prep now having Carter Brown back in the mix, we thought they were a top 5 team preseason. They obviously opened the season with a loss to Papio and kind of set them back a little bit. But I think they show that, hey, they are very much in this mix. We talk about how open it is, very much in this mix.
Takes guys like Peters off the ball, and like it just opens things up, and he can get downhill and get to the lane and make good decisions. Yeah,
how far they go, I think, is gonna be on Jungers and Carter Brown, and how consistent they can be. Their shot selection, their decision making. That's always been like they're the kind of leaders, most talented players, guys that have played the most basketball for them. They're the upperclassmen. They have to lead the way, and if those guys play really well, play good basketball, they've got a chance of beating anybody come March.
Yeah.
So in the semifinal, Prep, speaking of beat anybody, they beat Millard North 46-33.
Yeah.
So interesting thing about Prep, they've got some size, they got some length. They mixing up zones at 3-2 and 2-3. They were playing both like throughout the tournament, and they just threw that 2-3 at Millard North and just completely stymied their offense. Millard North just kept bombing away. They weren't able to get anything inside and went 6 of 37 from 3. And, they scored 33 points. Took 37 threes. That's
also one of those things where Millard North needs someone that can get downhill a little bit, penetrate.
They needed to figure out some other way to attack that zone than just the inside out, kick out, pull up. I mean, there were a lot of pull up threes too. I mean, Corian Gallatin, we know how good he is. We just couldn't get it to go. Major Mosser had a really good tournament, just couldn't get it to go. I mean, those two combined for they combined for 428 from 3. Like
that's not gonna
those guys take 23s in a game. You're almost never again gonna make 4 of them. But on a day that just happened to be happening, at both guys off at the same time, and they couldn't find a way to offset it. So credit to Prep again, just their ability to change defenses throughout, man, multiple zones. It's going to be a tough team. And Westside, also tough team, obviously winning it, but they had a scare in the semifinal against Papillion Vista, 3 seed.
Papio is the team that's beat them. Or no, Bellevue West did.
Yeah. Papio beat Prep.
Yeah, that's what
but 59-56 was the final there. And Westside went on a 92 run to pull. It was close throughout again. Went on a 92 run to pull ahead 57-51 with about 30 seconds left. And then Papio kind of Sam Boudreau hit a deep 3. They hit some free throws, got it to within 1 possession, but then Dada again step up. He had a huge tip in blob play. He had some free throws. He was big in the fourth quarter after really struggling early in the game, and then at the buzzer blocked the 3 that would have tied it from Boudreau. And those guys have played together summer ball. They know each other really. Like London was guarding Sam kind of a lot of the game, so
it's a lot of length.
He knew what was coming on that play, was ready for it, and didn't give him any chance to get off a real attempt to tie it. So, man, Papillion Vista 6 of 12 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter and 12 of 24 in the game. In a 3-point loss. They're going to be kicking themselves over that.
That's something even after they beat Prep in the first game of the year. It's something they didn't shoot free throws well. And I remember in my post game, I asked Coach Pope, I'm like, free throw thing. He's like, yeah, it's like a thing.
It's got to figure that out because that'll cost you in a tournament setting for sure. Donnie Barfield had 19. He was really good in their first 3 games, and then obviously Geddick and Dada kind of took over in the championship. But, Barfield had a great tournament, and then Geddick had 13 as well. Just a few other notes. We talked about how unpredictable the season was, and anybody could beat anybody, and the tournament was pretty chalky.
Yeah, a little bit.
But the one real upset in the early rounds was Millard West over Omaha Central.
Millard West getting Cade Walker back is a big difference.
That changes
adds a
lot.
Size and skill. There's someone to go along with Vince Long.
He played really well in the first half of the game. I had to leave the Creighton game, so I didn't see the second half. But at halftime, I think he had 12 is finished with 14 or whatever, but he was the one that keyed them, and they were in at halftime and then pulled away in the second half. And they had guys like Vincent Long and some of those other guys there. They've got some pieces. They got some length. They can they're going to be a tough out. Again, with Walker as he continues to ramp back up and get back into better shape after missing as much time as he did, having shoulder surgery. So good to see him back out there. And then the other upset, and then Papio needed a buzzer beater to beat Millard West to get to the semis and the quarterfinals. Like that was DeMarcus McCarty, tough little jumper, like fadeaway inside at the buzzer to knock off Millard West, or that would have gone to overtime, had a chance for Millard West to keep going. So. That's a team that looks like it could be a better second half team than it was first half there, gaining some momentum in this tournament. And then Prep is the other one. Prep over Bellevue West, 5-4, but we just Christmas in
Bellevue
the cage, and then and they completely flipped it.
Torrin Carter-Brown makes a massive difference for Prep.
And defensively, again, Prep was so good defensively in this tournament. Again, mixing up between man and zone, they held Bellevue West at 26% from the field. At 7 of 29 from 3 and 7 of 25 from 2. So they only took 9 free throws too, so they didn't foul him either. So just fantastic defense from Prep there to avenge that loss and turn around in a hurry. So we'll see if we get a round 3 from them at some point, a rubber match there. But it's 1-1 right now. So those are kind of some of the other notes. Rounding out in Class A, we based on kind of the all the upheaval and
of a new number 1.
And it's been a couple of weeks, so a lot has happened since you last updated. You gave you were nice enough to give the coaches the holiday holiday break off. So there's obviously some losses that we're baking in like 2-3 weeks of games here. But the new number 1 is Lincoln Southwest.
Well, it's because they had a big win over North Star.
Indeed. They beat North Star 71-59 on Friday. It was a blackout. Both fans kind of...
It was 71-59, the final score, right?
Yeah.
12 points. Southwest, at one point in that game, was up by 31.
Yeah. It was 22-7 at the end of the first quarter, 42-20 at half. And, North Star
Southwest had a
rally.
31-point lead. That's a lot. And the fact that North Star came back, credit to them to kind of close the gap a little bit. But that's a big deal.
And that's a huge part of why I think that's making the statement, bump them up. And again, undefeated record. This is the first real ranked win, really good win they've had so far.
Their week gets heated up.
Yes,
they're
now
going to get heated up here.
In that game, Isaiah Sanders had 22, 8 boards, 3 assists. Micaiah Sanders had 20 points, didn't miss a shot from the field, 5 boards, 4 assists. And then Dakari Wilson had 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting, including 3 of 5 from 3, 5 rebounds. He's been really good to go with the Twins. We know how good those two are. That backcourt has they are so tough to deal with. So quick, athletic. They just kind of relentless. They just keep coming at you. And North Star didn't really have an answer. Southwest shot 57% from the field in the game, 44% from 3. North Star shot 37%, 24% from 3. So that's how you end up with a 30-point deficit and end up losing by double digits there. Jordan Castor had 24, 4-4, but they didn't really get anybody else going with him. And again, the overall team didn't have a good shooting day. So Southwest took advantage, and then now they get Lincoln High Tuesday, Lincoln Southeast Friday, and Westside Saturday. First 2 on the road. If they're really the number 1 team, they've got an opportunity to prove it this week for sure.
Yep.
And then kind of rounding out the poll, Westside, after winning Metro, is number 2. Prep, again, runner-up, is number 3. And then Lincoln Southeast, other undefeated team at 7-0, is there at number 4. Coaches kind of rewarding winning. Again, they had that big win over North Star to open the season. And then since then, they haven't had a whole lot on the schedule, but they get Southwest on this week as well on Friday. So,
Westside has a huge week. Southwest has a huge week. Like, they're big games.
Yeah.
Westside Friday, Saturday is Prep Southwest at Southwest.
Yep.
Prep at home. Yeah.
I kind of wish we could spread these games out
I
there.
know.
There's
like
way too much going on. Yeah.
Like, Friday night's a mass. There's so many on paper great matchups on Friday night.
Yeah.
Boys, girl, everything. Like, there's a lot. That's one of those, like, can we have it be like 9, 11:30, like the whole day? That'd be fun.
Yeah, so North Star comes in at 5. They've got Prep at Prep on Saturday, so another big one. And at 6, Millard North. They've got Papio and Benson both on the road this week. Bellevue West at 7. They've got North and Abraham Lincoln on Friday. They're hosting third or fourth team that AL has played coming across the border or hosting quite a bit.
They need some games.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
they should be
the good matchups.
AL is always good.
Speaking of AL, so Papua Vista, they had AL scheduled on Saturday before,
right.
So if they had won that Westside, they would have had to reschedule that game.
Right.
But
because
they
quick
lost,
turnaround.
Yeah, and ended up losing 65-64.
Yeah.
They outscored 40-32 in the second half. Shot 12 of 23 from 3, Papio did, but only 12 of 33 inside the arc. Bryce Vignes has been so good for them, was really good in the tournament. They just couldn't get him going. But Papio, they've got Millard North and Papio South on Friday. So, man, there's some tough weeks. Yeah. Like, you look at all these ranked teams now are facing each other this week. So we could see a big shakeup again in next week's poll, depending on how these results go. Or they'll all just beat each other, and it'll be kind of more like, what do we do with that?
Right.
So we'll learn a lot this week. Central at 9. They've got a rematch with Millard West on Thursday. And then Millard South rounding it out at 10. They've got Westview North and Pius this week. All right.
Yeah.
On to Class
B. Not a lot of changes. Norris stayed. Skutt with their big win over Scottsbluff stayed. Number
let's start
2.
with Norris. They EMC final against Elkhorn North.
Yep.
Elkhorn North was in control of that game the entire way. Like, Norris could not get stops. Elkhorn North was scoring at will. And they were up 9 going in the fourth quarter, and then something just happens. They flipped the switch. Norris outscored them 24-10 in the fourth quarter to pull off the come from behind win and win by 5. Again, they were down by 9 going in the fourth quarter, and they won. It wasn't even come down to the final possession. So just incredible performance by the Titans, who shot 60% from the field in the game, and they only took 13 threes, hit 5 of them. So it was getting to the rim, finishing inside. Evan Greenfield, I believe career high, 32 points, 12 of 16 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line. Just fantastic performance by him. And they got 11 points apiece from Shane Holen and Junior Garner, and 10 points from McCoy Folkerts. Elkhorn, imagine this. Elkhorn North shot 51% from the field, hit 11 threes, and lost. Yeah. That's tough.
Tough.
Yeah. So I saw Andy King at Prep after that, and it's like, that tough one. But again, Elkhorn North showed like how talented they are offensively.
They're in that. They're definitely dangerous enough to beat anybody in Class B for sure.
Yeah, and then Norris followed up with a 26-point win over Seward and a 51-point win over Grand Island Northwest. Got a lot of JV guys some playing time, so just kind of a light week for them the rest of the way. They've got Standing Bear, and then rematch of the EMC semifinal against Gretna East on Friday. And Gretna East, they pushed them in that final, so Norris will have to come ready to play in that one. You mentioned Skutt at 2. You and I saw them play Scottsbluff. Huge game early in the season to see. Again, Scottsbluff's kind of one trip to this side of the state because they're hosting the metro teams, or the central to eastern eastern Nebraska. Yeah, whatever you want to call Crete.
Crete is western Nebraska. Correct, JP.
I said central.
That's not.
Sure.
That's not.
I said eastern to like. I'm trying to get it outside the metro. Like it's. I initially said
non-metro and non-Lincoln.
West center.
Whatever. I did not say west.
Crete is not central Nebraska.
It's more central than Omaha. They're Bennington and Crete.
I just want to make
going out to Scottsbluff.
Bennington.
So after Scottsbluff came here last year to play both those teams.
Right.
So Bennington, Western Nebraska. Scottsbluff, also Western Nebraska.
Moving on. We saw Scottsbluff, Skutt over Scottsbluff. It was 38-19 at halftime. They just couldn't knock down threes to kind of keep up with Skutt, who they had no answer for. George Zeeble, obviously. 28 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. Nate Kelly did what he could, 25 points.
Better second half.
Yeah, 25 points, got going in the second half, but just didn't get enough. Again, 6 of 19 from 3 for that team. That's not enough to offset the advantage that Skutt is clearly going to have inside.
Skutt defensively is kind of turning things up right now.
Credit to Zeeble, the improvement he's made from last year to this year, where obviously they ran everything through Brock Scholl last year and Kyle Cannon.
They ran everything through him against Scottsbluff.
And Zeeble was kind of just the cleanup guy. He's basically offensive rebounds. They'll dump him off and he'll catch and finish. They're running offense through him in the post now. His touch has improved so much. He's really worked on that jump hook. So the Augustana commit is a force in Class B this season, and something that almost nobody else has. A player of that size that is playing at this level right now. Skutt followed up 68-36 win over Creed in the Doane championship.
That game started 33-2. And it was 50-14 at one point.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good defense.
Skutt appears to be kind of rounding
locked in on
form.
the defensive side a little more here. Yeah.
So Eddie Linderman played well in the championship. Lucas Heller has had a good start to the season for them. Is kind of like their designated shooter. They run a lot of stuff for him. So Skutt very much in the mix. They're at number 2 again. They also handled Sioux City East, hosted them and won 74-38, and then beat Pius 50-37 as well. So they've got Roncalli and then Elkhorn North on Saturday. So again, another one of those huge matchups on Friday and Saturday
afternoon too. It's 2:30.
Yep.
And Roncalli's playing well. Yeah, got some wins. So yeah.
Scottsbluff, they bounced back and beat Maryville in the third-place game of the Doane Holiday Tournament. And this week, like I mentioned, they're hosting Bennington and Crete. So a couple of good games there, chance for Scottsbluff to get the momentum back and get going. Elkhorn North at 4. They bounced back to play in the Hoops for Feek event.
Yeah.
You guys see if you're watching, got the Feek shirt here. Yeah. It was, we'll talk about the first game or the game that you and I saw there on Saturday. But cool event all day. All day event there, boys and girls, just getting a bunch of teams there to raise money for the Ford Feek Foundation. And Elkhorn North closed out the day, 54-48 win over Gretna. Good showing by the Dragons. Again, we saw what Elkhorn North is capable of there. And so now the Wolves get Standing Bear and Skutt this week, like I mentioned. So at 5 is Gretna East. They 84-53 win over Bennington in the third place game of the EMC. I think they were fired up to after coming so close against Norris to go handle business there. Revenge. Drake Brown, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. They had 10 different guys score. Shot 65% from the field, 10 and 19 from 3. Hard to be much better than that offensively.
Gretna East plays Norris again this week, too, I think. I think that's Thursday.
Yep, Friday.
Yeah.
Yep. So they got Northwest first, and then Lincoln Northwest, and then Norris on Friday. Also beat Hastings 70-21. At 6 is Wahoo, who kind of got into a roll here, bouncing back after the Ashland Greenwood loss, and they beat Mount Michael 74-60. Cody Hester, they beat Mount Michael by 74-60. They beat Seward 60-32 and beat Elkhorn 48-37 in the Hoops for Feek. And Cody Hester had himself a week. 28 points, 8 boards, 3 steals against Mount Michael. Had 16 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks against Seward. And then had 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists against Elkhorn.
He was great against Ashland Greenwood that game we saw, too. He was really good.
Yep. He's kind of really stepping into that role.
There's some length too, so it's a little harder to defend, right? Like he's
he's really good getting to that pull up and mid range fade away.
I was just gonna say he can get to a spot.
Yeah, he's an improved shooter overall, 3-point shooter, and he's kind of stepped into that leadership role now with Dylan Simons, who did so much for them last year. He's gone, so that leaves a big void, and he's one that's kind of stepped in there to be the leader there. And they got good games from Landon Glock and Jace Kaminsky. I think he's going to be a key. Like Kaminsky coming off football, rounded back into basketball shape. He's got to be a consistent scorer for them. And so they get Lincoln Lutheran on Saturday. And Bennington at 7, still hanging in there, 4-4 record, but obviously their schedule has been ridiculous. They got Blair and then Scottsbluff, like I mentioned, and then they're staying out there to face Gehring on Saturday. And then Platteview at 8, Gretna at 9, and Roncalli at 10 rounds out.
Platteview at 7-3. They have that win against Elkhorn North, and then they have a loss. They followed that win up with a loss to Plattsmouth. And then Gretna's at 3-5, but their schedule's been really tough. So they're at 9.
And obviously have the win over Skutt.
So it's like you gotta. I guess somebody has to be in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, just note in C1, you and I got our first look at Ogallala this week.
I saw Ogallala twice this week.
I just saw them on Saturday against Olathe South, and there's a reason they're number one.
They're very good. They are very good.
So you saw them against Beatrice. In that game, Sawyer Smith had 33 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, I believe.
Yeah. They just dominated Beatrice. I mean, it wasn't close.
And then we both saw them at Gretna on Saturday. They destroyed Olathe South 83-41, I believe it was. Smith 21 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. So again, Fortin with triple doubles, couple weeks.
It's not just him though.
They play so well together. They have so many guys that are really good passers
the ball
and understand where other guys are going to be, and they play up tempo. They're flying around, and the thing that really changes them is Tanner DeCastro and his growth.
I was just going to say
adding the post to go with all that guard play. And he's a guy that can set screens and roll. He can run, dribble, handoff. 2-3 dunks in the second half, including one where just drive baseline, dunk on a kid's head.
And then he was this close to dunking on someone for a and one, which was
took off just a little bit too early.
It went in, but it was more a tip in, and it could have been a I got the video of that, and I was hoping it would have been a dunk, but that's okay.
And then he also had another alley-oop lay-in and one, hit a 3, pulled it up off the dribble.
He's a major difference for them. He
can handle
size and
handle, pass, and shoot
versatile.
at 6'8", athletic enough again to go up and finish. And you provide that rim pressure to go with all the shooting and the ball handling with Ryland Gilmore and Lincoln Gillen. Again, outside
Lincoln also he's tough, can hit shots
he had 17 in the second half.
He can do a lot.
So they just got so many weapons. So that is.
They don't foul.
Ian Kane's another guy.
They do a good job playing defense without really fouling. You know what I mean? They just kind of, if they give up, what I like is they know okay, man, guys got a layup. All right, let's move on.
Let's go get it back the other
next
end.
Play, right? Yeah. It's the whole next play thing. I like that, and they are very good. They have a tough one on Friday at Cozad, who's unbeaten. Not a lot of love lost there, I think. So.
Kellen Shoemaker and Oliver Davis, they're leading the way for Cozad. Those guys have had some big games this year.
The barn, I think, is what it's called at Cozad, I believe. So
that is correct.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
In the barn.
Yeah, that'll be
it's a new barn though.
That game will be heated up, man.
So Ogallala at 7-0, Ashland Greenwood 9-0. Both teams very much look apart. I just hope that we can keep everybody healthy this time and potentially see a collision course at some point. We didn't get to see that last year, obviously with Sawyer Smith's injury right before the state tournament started. But there's some other teams that are going to have something to say about that as well, including Omaha Concordia. They're dropped from 3 to 6, but bounced back. I believe they lost to Pierce, and then but on Saturday went there and they beat Donovan Trumbull, who is still number 4 despite the loss. They beat him 50-47, and Drew Koulis had himself a week. They played 3 games last week. He scored 25 in all 3 of them. Was really, really good against Donovan Trumbull, and they got just enough stops. Donovan Trumbull, Parker Volk had 21, Jack Poppy 13, but they just didn't have enough other guys knock down some kind of catch and shoot threes that they need to kind of create space for those two.
Make it work.
If those guys are hitting, it's a completely different game, and then you've got Poppy's got more room to work with and make plays and obviously racket up those assists if guys are knocking down shots. But with Volk and Poppy, like Donovan Trumbull is very much going to be in the mix the rest of the season. And it's good for them to get this game in now because their schedule isn't super. It's hard for them to find games against really competitive teams. Like their conference isn't what it has been. So
I think AC eventually here, Adams Central eventually.
Yeah, so I think it's huge for them to come and get this game in now. And it actually got pushed back from Friday to Saturday, which allowed me to go see it. So it worked out well. So Donovan Trumbull, DC West up to number 3 despite the loss to Ogallala because nobody's going to be penalized.
The loss to Ogallala was 57-28.
Again, I think that shows how much respect the coaches have for Ogallala.
Yes.
But yeah, DC West at 3, Auburn at 5 at 6-1. Concordia, like I mentioned, dropped to 6 at 7-2. Cozad is 10-0.
Moved up.
At 7 again. Shoemaker had 32 in a game last week. And I think Davis had 27 in their last game. So two guys that are capable of lighting it up. Mount Michael at 8.
Mount Michael jumped GICC because they beat GICC on Friday night at Mount Michael.
And then GICC beat Cross County.
It was a great game. I was there. I watched the whole game. It was great. It came down to then. Came down to literally last shot type of situational stuff. So, yeah, it was actually it was a free throw. It's 2 free throws that gave GICC the lead. And then there's like 5-6 seconds left, I think, and got to half court, call timeout. There's like 2 seconds left, and then just didn't make a shot. So it was, Cross County had that opportunity. Yeah.
Cross County is 6 in C2, jumping up.
They're not bad. They're good. Yeah,
good team. Benson Symes, a kid that can really shoot for them.
Yes, he can.
Good players. He had a huge game last week. 31, I think he scored in a game. So really, again, good event. I know they're going to look to keep it going years in the future.
Yeah,
probably try to
and then make some girls and boys in there too.
Yeah, probably not try to avoid going head to head with the Metro tournament in the future. But that's something. So if you're just a high school basketball fan, keep an eye out on the Hoops for Feek event. Obviously, great cause and good basketball as well. Good people out there at Gretna. Beyond that, no changes at the top of any of the rest of the class. We still have Bergen at number 1 in C2. You've got Howells Dodge at number 1 in D1, and St. Mary's at number 1 in D2. They did take a loss, but it was to Norfolk Catholic, so jumping up. Two classes there, so not penalized for that one. So they remain at number 1. Austin, you got anything else?
I would say real fast. I will say this: huge game Friday night. Howells Dodge, number 1 in D1, goes to Archangels, who's number 2. Both teams undefeated. That is both their next in D2. That is both their next game. So, like they don't play Tuesday or Thursday. It's that
be a lot of scouting, a lot of practice.
And
get ready for this.
There is that It's a very, I think, friendly-ish rivalry, definitely between coaches and all that. It's a football kind of crossover rivalry too thing. So that one is a massive. It's a big game. It's a good game. Austin.
Yeah.
Got anything?
I do.
This week,
am I going to be allowed to talk?
Yeah.
Girls Showcase.
That's what I was going to bring up.
I was going to say Austin is going to talk to us about that.
That's what I was going to bring
up.
Well, I was going to bring it up before I was interrupted, so it's all right. It's all right. I'm going to Western Nebraska to Kearney on Saturday. It'll be a very good one.
Central Nebraska.
Huge slate of games. The biggest one to me, Millard North at the 150 slot takes on Pender.
Yeah.
Pender's more than alive in that game. It is going to be a lot of fun to be able to see that.
Then Milford and Ogallala girls, I saw them. They are legit.
They're also good.
Very good.
Malcolm Central City right after that as well. Both. And then the nightcap is Gothenburg Kearney. A lot of good games before then too. It's a really, really fun slate of days.
Alma's in there if you want to go see a prospect that's coming. Yeah.
There's a lot of really good games there. It's all at Kearney High School. If people are looking for more, it's Nebraska BasketballShowcase.com or it's on the Kearney Chamber of Commerce website too. I'll be there for the full day as long as I can be. I'll be taking interviews. I'll be doing video and stuff like that too. So people are looking for it. You can find it on the Preps and Hurrdat Sports channels too. But I think it's going to be a great day, and it's always a very well-run event.
Yeah.
They'll give out Player of the Game awards. I think they give out a team award as well, like a performance at the end of the showcase too. It's a great event run in Kearney. Very much looking forward to seeing it out there too, because there's plenty of state teams in this entire slate.
Yeah, and you're playing some more to get people ready for that one, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Do what I can. So
keep an eye out. Austin will have plenty of coverage. He'll have it from start to finish there. So.
We'll have also the Big Game channel be out there. So doing our thing.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Now Mike's trying to make me go to Kozad too on Friday night.
I might actually have to. It depends
game
on
of the
my
week
game
option,
of the week.
yeah.
You want to stay at my parents' house? We can just.
I would need somewhere to stay in Kearney.
That'd be great.
So it'd either be your parents' house, or I know a couple people. Like there's something like if I end up having to go to Kozad.
Would you rather stay with
fine.
the Baronics or with the Jacobsons? That's kind of your call.
Well, which Baronics?
There's a lot of little kids running around. You gotta be careful.
They both have 700 kids. So I'm not so sure that would work. I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
So we'll see. The game of the week options are Malcolm Central City Girls in Kearney, and then Southwest Southeast Boys, massive game. Gym's gonna be packed. It's gonna be crazy. And then Ogallala at Kozad, another one we talked about, and then How's Dodge Archangels. I just kind of punted on the Prep Westside and Westside. I just kind of
there's too much going on. You just saw it.
I was like, I can see these people more often.
We'll
so
have
I just
somebody
kinda
there.
stretch. And I stretched it out a little bit more.
I know you talked about it too with Kozad's schedule, but I don't want to overlook. They have a big Thursday and Friday.
Yes.
Thursday's a Dawson County matchup with Gothenburg. That's a top 10
Big
game.
one.
And
Yeah.
then the next day is Kozad, Ogallala. That's huge. I mean, that is a fantastic slate. And you said it, JP. Friday is going to be across the state, no matter where you go. There's really good matchups everywhere.
There are.
I'm mad that we didn't put a few of these on Thursday and spread this out a little bit, because it's going to be some difficult decisions for all of us that are trying to figure out where to go. But
I mean, Friday alone is Meade Utan's in there too.
Yep.
I also wrote that one down when I started putting down games.
AL Bell West, Southwest, Southeast, Prep Westside, Ogallala Kozad, Howes Dodge Archangels, Meade Utan. Those are just off the top of my head, or whatever that I prepped, yesterday. And then you have Westside, Southwest, Skutt, Elkhorn North on Saturday, and then the whole Kearney showcase thing on girls' side.
Yeah.
There's a lot
North
going
Star,
on.
yeah.
Omaha North, Millard South girls, I think, is Friday or Thursday night, one of those two. It's a heavy slate at the end of the week. And then I will say this, I'm going to throw a wrestling piece in here. Omaha Skutt Catholic hosts a triangular on Thursday night with Norfolk and Prep.
Oh.
So Prep's number 1 in A, Skutt's number 1 in B. Couple big time matchups in that one too. That wrestling duel that's a big deal.
Check out Mike Chuck podcast for more on that.
Yeah, we will get to that on that one, but I'm just saying we need to. A lot going on.
You'll be
huge week. We'll talk about it all next week. But before we get out of here, obviously
JP shoutouts.
Yep, got some shoutouts to name. First off, Bertrand Senior Scotty Beaker.
Bertrand.
Sorry,
Bertrand. What is this Eastern?
I'm talking fast. Sorry,
it's his accent.
Bertrand.
Eastern Nebraska bias.
I know, it's insane.
Goodness,
you've never heard of the Burmis? What are they? The Wolf Kings or whatever? Yeah. Anyway,
come on.
Anyway, he had a couple of monster games. 27 points on 10 and 19 shooting, 6-6 from the line, 22 rebounds, including 9 on offense, 2 assists and a block in a 62-50 win against Arcadia Loop City. So 27 and 22 for his first game. Followed that up with 32 points on 13 and 19 shooting, including 2 of 4 from 3. 10 rebounds, including 7 on offense, 2 assists, a steal, and a block in a 69-27 win against Juanita Palisade. So,
Juanita Palisade. Goodness gracious.
He's doing his best. He's doing his best.
Sorry.
He's never been on a county road. He doesn't get it.
Yeah, clearly. Go ahead. Sorry.
Summerlin Senior Ryan Reifer.
Got that right.
Thank you. 36 points, 14 of 20 from the field, 6 of 10 from 3, 2 of 3 from the line, 14 rebounds, including 3 on offense, and 4 assists in a 71-66 win over Wakefield. So I need every bit of that production to get that win. Norfolk Catholic senior Gavin Schutt had himself a week. So start off 21 points on 7 of 12 shooting, 6 of 8 from the line, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals in the 75-59 win over St. Mary's. Gave them their first loss. Followed that up with a triple-double in double overtime. Had 25 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, and 4 steals in an 86-75 win over Elkhorn Valley, again, in double overtime there. And then finished with 32 points on 12 of 20 shooting, 4 of 8 from 3, 4 of 6 from the line, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and a block in an 83-66 win against Winnebago. So, monster week there. 21-8-3, 25, 13-10, and 32-7-6 for Schutt there, who really turning it up. And then finally, Elmwood Murdoch senior Carson Tolley Towel. Wish I could get some pronunciations on some of these, but just got to do my best. Had 30 points on 12 of 15 from the field, 6 of 10 from the line, 14 rebounds, including 6 offensive, 2 assists and a steal, and a 58-42 win against Logan View Scribner Snyder.
Great stuff, JP.
Great stuff. Good job.
You don't mean that.
No, I do.
No, we do, JP. We're
just,
so sorry. Next episode, no Western Nebraska talk.
This is why I'm a writer. I don't have to know how to pronounce names when I'm writing them. I just spell them correctly.
Fair.
The problem is...
that's a dig at me. That was mean. Wow, that was underlying. That was good.
I was going to say the problem with you is that we both have lived in Western Nebraska Western Nebraska. So you're kind of...
I know.
I did see him at Ashland before Christmas, so he does know those roads. Highway 6, baby.
That's
Grand Island.
Heartland Hoops.
There's about 5 county roads that I've been on more than once.
He's been to Grand Island. I'm not sure he's gone past that though.
Kearney? So Kearney and Grand Island are about the farthest I've gone.
But that doesn't really. Those are easy. You're not getting out there. Yeah.
All right. Well, on the next episode of Nebraska Preps Postgame, we'll talk the county roads you've been on. We'll get that.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it for Nebraska Preps Postgame this week.
A Hurrdat Sports Network production.